Hey Pisces, it is July 17th. Thanks for joining the channel today. We are going to be using the Archetypes deck, which is pretty amazing if you've never seen it before. If you can, like, share, subscribe, or pass this on to anyone that you know that could resonate. It's not going to resonate with every single person, but I appreciate your time today. If you can, leave a comment. I'd love to read those, even though I've only had one so far. So hopefully we'll get more in the near future, but hope everyone's having a good weekend. Let's just kind of jump right into the reading and go from there. Okay, Pisces? First card that we have today is the Thread. Too many came out. Hold on. Next card, the Siren. Next card is the Unseen. Some of these I don't think I've ever gotten, Pisces. Interesting. Couple more. The Orphan. Next card is the Nectar. Gotta get some fruit. One more, Pisces. And we've got the Box. Bottom of the deck is the Empty Room. This definitely, I know a couple Pisces, and this already I can tell is going to resonate with those people just because of recent situations that come about that they've told me about. But in channeling the message for you today, let me just tune in here, Pisces. Give me 1 second. There's definitely something screaming out to me, Pisces. If you felt confined or kind of in a place where you are restricted to some capacity, could be in how you're able to communicate, or if you're feeling held back with your thoughts, feelings, you want to say something to somebody, there's a truth that needs to come forth. I think that you are restricted right now, and it's making you feel like this and like this. Spirit is indicating to me that if you've recently had a loss or you are trying to let go of something, I understand that you're feeling like this. Sorry, I can never do that correctly. But Spirit is directing me to tell you to go within. There's definitely somebody who came in recently to your life, and while you've always maybe felt connected, Pisces, something somewhat of it like red flag, red alert. I don't know why I keep with the jewel, I just keep saying through my clairvoyant vision is this is a divine feminine energy, but someone has come in and it's like woo woo, you know, like the siren going off for like a fire, or not to say that you're going to have a fire, but something has alerted you that maybe you're not as connected as you think that you are. It's quite possible that this siren came in and essentially has brought forth some information that is really making you take a look at yourself, how you view the world, others, how they view you. And maybe you're starting to realize, if you're a Pisces, the interesting dichotomy of this is that, you know, Pisces are always super in tune to what's going on in the world, their feelings, their emotions, source energy. But when they're disconnected, meaning it's quite possible you could not be awakened, not on the spiritual journey, you could be still an evolved human, but at the end of the day, we are all on different paths, right? We're all at different places on our own journey, some spiritual, some not, some religious, whatever the case may be. But I think that regardless, Pisces, you've always been very in tune with other people, in tune with your intuition. And I think that while you know that a cord exists between you and the divine, again, this is a specific message for specific Pisces, it's quite possible that maybe you never fully knew what that meant. That's just what I'm hearing from Spirit. And someone came into your life, maybe withdrew their love, could have been a breakup, ending of some sort, or just brought forth a new realization that maybe you haven't seen all that there is in the world, and maybe you truly don't know how connected you are, meaning that this thread is kind of pulling at you, like you're actually feeling a tug to be pulled in this direction. Could be divine masculine too. I keep hearing that as well. If the divine masculine has kind of been sitting in a state of mind where their ego has been ruling them, their daily activities, how they see the world, how they act, behaviors, whatever, this divine feminine is going to totally awaken him to the reality that maybe he doesn't truly know how connected others are, or he is, to the divine. Because if he did, he wouldn't feel like this. And I keep saying he, could be a she too, but I'm ultimately getting the more of this is a man in your life, or a masculine, could be masculine energy. And there's a divine feminine energy. In fact, shout out to Rick, who commented, who just said, you know, the divine feminine is rising essentially in consciousness and power. So true right now, the divine feminine coming, the fruit of your loins, coming into power. It's not necessarily like for a dominance control when we say the divine feminine. That's really going to resonate. Are people tuning in with their compassionate side, their nurturing side? Is there nourishment so you don't feel like this? Do you feel wholesome? Are you giving to others? Are you patient? All of those things. It's like the feminine aspects to our being. But it's asking the divine masculine, or this energy, you Pisces, to go deep within. There's the mermaid, the fish. And also too, I think that's a ruby, so could be another Pisces, could be another water sign because of the fish, could also be a Cancer because of the ruby. I think that was Cancer, July birthdays, not Cancer, but July birthdays. And I believe too that when it's kind of like you felt a connection with someone, Pisces, and it, like, that connection to this, I feel like it made you go pretty deep within yourself. Like there's something coming out within you that maybe you just were not tapped into before. You never knew how deep that cord ran in the 3D and the 5D. And either way though, it's making you take another look at this situation, this person, the divine feminine, yourself. Because I think that whatever energy you were connected to, maybe this person broke up with you, they left. It could have been a family member who passed away, but regardless, the cord almost like was detached. And in doing that, this person, you or someone else, is kind of reaching like for love again. So what I feel is that someone has detached. If the divine feminine or this feminine energy just kind of left your life abruptly, this is asking you to maybe take a look at how you love, Pisces. It's quite possible that maybe you need to have a better understanding of what love is, how to give to that, how to receive that. What is the wisdom? I look at this snake, and I don't know why I think wisdom, because I usually think owl, but the snake, it's kind of like, are you being tempted by external people, situations, things in the world, material possessions, whatever? Or is that who you are? Or maybe do you need to reconnect with your childlike self, be open to love, be open to giving love, receiving love, because that's really what is going to make you feel whole again. Understanding how you give love, how you appreciate love when it's given to you, and maybe understanding that love is unconditional. Maybe in the past, in your previous relationships, it's been conditional, or in your family conditioning, environment that you grew up, essentially, those people were very restrictive and it wasn't always given freely. If your, parents were a narcissist or anything to that capacity. But I think that that's really messing you up, Pisces. I think that this energy, not the initial connection, but the disconnect is actually kind of messing you up. It's like throwing you off balance, and it's making you feel very empty. And I think that when this pulled away, you don't want to look at yourself, Pisces. I think that you just want to go to your safe space, and you want to not feel this way because you feel very alone and unhappy now. But you know that you need to go back to understand love first before this manifests potentially. Could not be for everyone again, but I feel as if, or maybe you just need to come with a better offer, a more genuine, authentic offer than this toxic BS that maybe you have been treating this divine feminine. Maybe you didn't realize her worth, her true sense of worth, that there's more to her than what you know, that she's pretty deep and complex. And that alerted you to the fact that there's a lot you don't know about love. There's a lot more to our nature of our existence than what you can perceive. But you want to feel whole again. There was some sense of nourishment that I think this person provided for you. Happiness, abundance, prosperity, fruit of your loins, hence the nectar. Let me just pull one more. I didn't do that for the other side. And shh, don't tell anyone, Pisces. I'm just curious to know what's going to happen next with Pisces. So then if Pisces, I guess, reassesses how to love, wants to love, what's going to come next then? Is Pisces going to reconnect with this person? Interesting. So, yeah, Pisces, this just validates that. You're in a time of shadow self. You're having to look at dark truths about yourself that I don't think you like seeing. It's been hidden from you, or maybe you're just now seeing it for the first time in your life. You could be, midlife crisis, and then essentially, holy shit, now all this information is coming forth. I can finally see with true clarity who I am, what I'm all about, what this other person is about. But ultimately, you have to look at your shadow self, Pisces, because that is definitely impacting your ability to love. Could be a heart chakra blockage. And understanding that we're all on a journey, but ultimately, if we're not able to open up to it, if we're not able to appreciate other people for who they are, if we're not able to connect on a deeper level with people, having to go outside of our typical ways of doing things, you're only going to end up feeling like this. And if there's a dysfunction relative to how you love, we don't ever want to sit there and admit I'm dysfunctional, because obviously that would make us vulnerable to other people. Maybe we just were never aware that we don't know how to love someone, give to someone, appreciate someone. in the way that is actually correct according to like spiritual values, or I don't know if anyone's correct, right or wrong, but it's more just properly. Spirit, if you would like to know, Spirit will help guide you as to how do I go about doing that. Maybe this divine feminine has to kind of mirror that to you and guide you along the path to help you and hold your hand through it. But if you don't attempt to start a new journey, this could lead to a new beginning too, Pisces, if you're willing to face your own demons. If you don't, then I think it's like, this is the interesting point. It's like total contrast. Do I go on a new journey? Do I experience more? Do I be open to learning? Because maybe I don't have all the answers. That's quite possible. Maybe you thought you did. Maybe you thought that you could essentially BS your way through life utilizing shadow aspects to your persona, and no one would actually notice how wounded and hurt you are through life, or that you don't know how to love. Maybe no one would ever identify this as you. It's Pisces. Despite the fact, I don't think it's the point to take the blame or not. It's just, if you're not going to move, be open to other people, their experiences, and be receptive that maybe you don't have all the answers, it's quite possible that you have been living in a confined mental state, old patterns, old conditioning, old ways of thinking, and instead of just being open to somebody else maybe having that information that could lead to a new awakening as to who you are, show you how to love properly so you can feel wholesome again and truly nourished, then ultimately I think it's going to pull you into yourself more and more and more, but not in a good way. I think you're actually, I don't know if you've gotten to a state of where you truly hate love. You just don't want anything to do with it because it's always hurt you, or it's drawn you in to the point where you've never identified for yourself that this is maybe the reason why some of your failed relationships have occurred. Is quite possible that you don't know how to love properly. Love was never given to you in a way that was understood fully, so you can mirror that back to people in the relationships. Or sometimes we take people for granted and then we don't realize the worth until they're gone and disconnected. I think you need to go within and you need to see. It's like you can't unsee what you've seen, Pisces. You have to see. If you're seeing this message, you got to do the work. You got to remove toxic ways of being, the dark aspects to your persona, go outside of your own conditioning, and I think you're going to start a brand new journey that's actually going to be so much more fulfilled and wholesome than you ever thought possible. But I don't think that you're going to be able to accomplish this unless you go deep within and discover your own sense of self-worth and what your abilities are relative to love. Because you can definitely give love, you can receive love, but it's got to be an authentic, true, innocent way that's not coming from here, you know? Great reading today, Pisces. I know that was a little bit deep, but that's all I have for you. I hope you guys have a great week. Like, share, subscribe. Let's get the channel going, please. And definitely put some comments in. I would love to know if this resonated with you. I'll talk to you guys soon, all right? Bye, Pisces.